Hey, what up, y'all? It's your boy KJ, back with another video. The host of the broadcast podcast, SL Sports Language, giving you the livest, latest news and information on sports and events. And I'll put it to you like this. You got an opinion? You can debate me about it. You disagree with what I say or said? You can debate me about it. Hold on. If you don't like what I say or said, debate me about it! Speaking of debating me about it, put it in the comment section. Hold on, the comment section, like, comment, subscribe. I say it again, like, comment, subscribe. So you can get your latest news and information about sports from your boy, the host KJ, the host of SL Sports Language, and here we go. So to begin, we got to talk about the man of the hour. We got to talk about the possible bust of the century. We got to talk about the man who was always obese. We got to talk about who became the new term Freaky Zeke, which I don't care what you do in your bedroom, but it was making you look bad on the court. And then it's making you look bad on the court. We know the man of the hour, the freshman phenom, the high school phenom who hasn't had hype. This is the most hyped up player since LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal. You can even go as far as say hyped up in terms of just a new player coming into the league. And that's my main man, or y'all main man, Zion Williamson. I've been forgot about the hype a long time ago. So we're going to talk about the facts. Then we're going to talk about the opinions, which in my opinion. So let's start with the facts. I know how I do my videos. So fact is this. So Zion Williamson in the press conference and media day, he was talking about him working with Joe Dumars, who's the president of the team, talking to the coaching staff, the training facility, the training staff, working on his hamstring. And he said this is the best he ever felt. We're doing cardio, boxing, working on his hips. And then now you see he lost a lot of weight. He said he hasn't felt like this since college, since high school. So I guess he feels like Zion again. We know who Zion Williamson is, the #1 draft pick coming into the 2019 NBA draft. He missed most of this first rookie season, then came back, became an all-star. Then I think it was 22 or 23, he was an all-star again. But even in those seasons, barely played any games, missed most of the games. He missed more games than he played. And this is about to be his 7th season. He's played 6 seasons so far. He's 25 years old, 2-time All-Star, which I don't even think he deserved that. That's just my opinion. Plays for the New Orleans Pelicans, came out of Duke, was one of the most hyped up players coming into the draft, hyped up high school basketball players. We haven't seen as much hype since LeBron James. He was supposed to be the new face of the franchise, new face of the league. The New Orleans Pelicans did a whole lot to get him there, even when Anthony Davis, because of the trade, and then he sent him to LA Lakers. So Zion Williamson, and then of course the off-the-court drama with baby mama drama, the mother of his child getting arrested for assault, which allegedly, and I'm saying allegedly, and this is years ago, the mother of his child had beat up a woman that Zion Williamson was messing with on the side. We don't know the truth on that. Zion Williamson with the Mariah Mills, him tricking off, that was a problem because she exposed him, which made him and her look bad, but more so her, but still him, because it's like you already missing games and you tricking off messing with these porn star women. So that's making him look bad. But then you also have the situation to where he's missing a lot of games. This dude with the hamstring, landing wrong, and being questioned, can he play? Then alleged, even though this is factual, but people have said this more than once, allegedly Zion Williamson don't like being in New Orleans. They're saying that, well, maybe if he played for a high franchise team in a high franchise city, would it be New York Knicks or the Chicago Bulls or the LA Lakers and this and that and the third, then he would play better. He doesn't like playing in the city of New Orleans. Then his obesity problem, him being overweight, which leads to injuries because of all that weight on his ankles, and then him gaining weight. It was one season where he was injured. He was in a Mountain Dew commercial with Zach LaVine. So more and more, it's just not looking good for him. So this is a make or break season for him. Now let's get into the opinions. So Joe Dumars is allegedly, now he's the president, but the New Orleans Pelicans basketball team, but they're saying that Joe Dumars is going to hold Zion Williamson accountable. Because remember last season, this dude showed up late to a team plane that was taking liftoff, so that suspended him. So it's like, bro, you already got off the court drama with Morale Mills. Now you late to the team airplane that's supposed to take off and go to, an away game. But you can't be doing that. That's holding them up. And then on top of that, right? Like I said, gaining weight, which is leading to injury, hamstring problems, because everybody has said this. Now, I got my opinions later on. You can even check the old video back in 2020 when I was up and on and off with doing this YouTube thing. We done came a long way, y'all. Thank you for the 1,500 subscribers. But with Zion Williamson, they're saying that he's dominant when he plays. I don't know about that. Yeah, he can play. Like, you seen 22, 23, 24 points a game when he plays, which is, I'm not saying it's not dominant, but it don't feel dominant to me. Maybe that's just me. But I digress, especially in the bubble when they just missed the playoffs. But he plays hard. I'll give him that. But they're saying Joe Dumars is going to hold that young man accountable, which means he's going to play most of his games, which means he's going to stay healthy, keep the weight off. And then opinion-wise, I don't think Zion Williamson took Ozempic. Y'all need to stop saying that man took Ozempic. He did not take no Ozempic. I don't think so. I think dude locked in this offseason, worked out. Joe Dumars was on him. The training staff was on him. And I think just hearing it from the media and other people, and this a make or break season. I don't think Ozempic, nah. I think dude really was putting in that work. Treadmill, step ladder, still lifting weights and changing his diet. I'll be the first to say, I'll probably make a video on that later on when I feel like I'm fully healthy, which I'm getting there, y'all. Pat on the back. When you change your diet and consistently work out, you're gonna lose a whole bunch of weight. So let's not be ignorant here. Y'all need to stop throwing that Ozempic thing out. When I can see if he was fat last month, then fat and then lost a whole bunch of weight this month. Okay, you're not gonna lose over 60 or 70 pounds in 1 month. That's low-key dangerous. Either you putting yourself in a sauna and hurting yourself. That's dangerous. Naturally, when you work out, because let's be honest, Zion Williamson, the only reason why he's able to keep a certain amount of weight on him and not go too obese is because, for one, he got muscles. So muscle is heavier than fat. For two, he's on the court running up and down, so he's gonna sweat some of that all stuff off. If Zion Williamson wasn't a basketball player and he had the type of diet that he had, based on that Mountain Dew commercial, he would be on 600 pound my life. You see what I'm saying? If he would just eat and sit down all day, then I understand. Then I get it. But he was on the court. So eventually all it took was to take the Doritos out, take the Mountain Dew out, take the sodas out, take fast food processed out. Because now people are telling him, bro, we paying you nearly $200 million. You need to follow this diet. So I feel like Zion Williamson locked in when nobody's watching, still working out, and then it eventually came off. Now, he has to ball this season. The title of this video is either Zion Williamson has to ball this season, or he's gonna be a bust. Because I got a good ring to it. Either Zion Williamson has to play ball this season, or he's gonna be a bust. Maybe that's too long of a title. But whatever I put the title on this video, y'all gonna get the connotation. Either Zion Williamson balls, or he becomes a bust this season. And when I say that to say this, for you to be in the league for 6 years, for you to be coming to this, for you to be the face of the franchise, which I may even put out a video about when LeBron leaves, because everybody's waiting for the next LeBron, everybody's waiting for the next Jordan, everybody's waiting for the next Kobe. I remember back in the day when I was a youngin', this back when I was on the West Coast in LA with my big sis Tay Tay. A Uber driver once said, those players come 1 in a million in terms of the franchise. Now, you can make an argument, well, it's the way the franchise market them and stuff like that. But their game backed it up. Michael Jordan backed it up. Kobe backed it up. LeBron came into the league backing it up. You dig what I'm saying? And you got some other players like Kyrie, John Wall, Dame Lillard, Dame Time. You got your Gilbert Arenas, Gil's Arena, your Swaggy P. But those 3 players, LeBron, Kobe, Jordan, yeah, Shaquille O'Neal too, Hakeem Olajuwon too, they made names for themselves. But to be the face of the franchise, like, that holds weight to it. So when Zion Williamson came into the league, people thinking like, yo, he gonna hold on to this league. Because when Kobe came into the league, nobody think he was going to be the face of the franchise or the league. When Jordan came into the league, that was like, he's promised. But when LeBron came into the league, they like, bro, he the chosen one. He's here. So that was the same hype that they had on Zion. Now, maybe you can say the media created a beast. The media created a monster. I never believed the hype, not one bit. But did I think he had the potential to carry this franchise? Yes, even if it was a losing team. Like, LeBron came into the season with a losing team, still rookie of the year. So I say that to say this, bro, you came into the league, was supposed to be the face of the franchise, just for you to barely play games, just for you to be injury prone, to look like you was injury prone, just to miss more games than you played, which is astonishing and disappointing, just for you to have off the court drama. It got to a point, John Morant was outballing you. And looking like, well, he looking like he gonna be the face of the franchise than you. I never knew who John Morant was until he got drafted and started playing ball. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the player that was supposed to come in and off the bat play ball. Off the bat. But now it's looking like this year, his 7th season, Zion Williamson has to ball out or he's gonna be a bust. Because if he doesn't ball out this season, bro, you're going to be a bust. You was already looking like a bust after you played in this league for 2 years, in my eyes. Now I'm speaking in my opinion. I said this in one of my first videos back in the day. Look it up. Zion Williamson has to evolve his game. You know, you can say the one that done hurting players, but okay, you can't go higher than number 1. So if Zion Williamson was going to be number 1, I would have put my name in the draft as well. I don't blame him for that. But Zion Williamson, first you got to lose weight. And you did that. Now you have to evolve your game. When he came into the league, a lot of people was comparing him to Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley evolved his game. When he got to the San Antonio Spurs, he had a 15-footer, possibly an 18-footer. Can pass the ball, and he already came to the Spurs athletic, can get off the ground, and he became fit. Zion Williamson, that can still be you, but I'm not believing in his hype because you can rebound, I'll give you that. You can play some defense, I'll give you that. Offense, you gotta work on that. Shooting, gotta work on that. I can see if you had the same height as a Shaquille or the Kim Olajuwon, okay, I'll throw you in the paint. Throw the big man the ball, throw the big man the ball. Bro, you can't just throw Zion Williamson the ball all the time and expect them to dominate in the paint. All they got to do is put a center, even though in today's league, yeah, a lot of people playing small ball. But if I'm on the opposite side of the team, if I'm the opposition, if I'm the opponent, bro, just put somebody in the paint and wait for him. Now, either the center is weak and can't play defense, then yeah, you can dominate him. But bro, you're not as tall as those guys. You're a Charles Barkley, a Larry Johnson type of formatted player. You have to create a shot. You got to work on your shot. You got to work on your passing. And unless you move off the ball all the time, work on your handles. It wouldn't hurt. And evolve on your defense because you got that. You can block some shots. Evolve on your rebounding. You can rebounding. Work on your offense more. You good money. And another thing, with my opinion, okay, yeah, is he dominant when he's on the floor? Yes. The problem is he doesn't stay on the floor. He's always injured. So I don't want to hear it as, oh, I feel like Zion again. Oh, I feel like I'm in college and high school again. Well, give me college and high school highlights. Give me college and high school ambition. Give me college and high school performance. Now you can't make no excuses. Now we got you on camera saying you haven't felt like this since college and high school. Now you got people in your corner that care about you. Joe Dumars. So, bro, either you ball out this season or you're a bust. Because a lot of people saying, well, even if he doesn't play good this season, New Orleans Pelicans just need to cut ties with him and he'll play harder for a more well-known franchise or a high-value franchise or a high-market franchise like a Chicago Bulls, like a New York Knicks, like a LA Lakers, who's another high-market franchise, Miami Heat. Bro, that's another excuse y'all giving them. Cause it's rumored that he doesn't like playing in New Orleans because they're not a high market. Bro, you can make them a high market. When Dr. J came into the league, he played for the Nets first, and then he played for the 76ers, Julius Erving. He turned him into a high market franchise. And then Charles Barkley came. And then years later, when they were trying to build around Jerry Stackhouse, who else came? AI came and turned them into a high market franchise again. When my main man, MJ, like Michael Jordan came into the league, Chicago Bulls was nothing. Michael Jordan said it himself on the documentary of The Last Dance, the first exact clip. He says, you know, I could come in and help turn this franchise around, and we can become the 76ers. We can become the Boston Celtics or the LA Lakers. But we have to practice, work hard, and eventually it will happen. And it happened. And the Chicago Bulls were nothing. At that time, the Chicago Bulls were probably only known for the Red Sox and the Bears. And they weren't even a high... The Midwest is the Midwest, don't get me wrong, but they weren't even a high franchise city. Okay? When LeBron got drafted, the Cleveland Browns was definitely not a high franchise city or organization. Because it's Cleveland. Joakim Noah even said it. Nobody says, I want to go on a vacation and go to Cleveland. Nobody. I've yet to hear somebody say that. And LeBron James turned that city and franchise around. He even turned the economy around. Bars got filled. Downtown got filled. Ticket prices went up. Cleveland Browns fans became Cleveland Cavaliers fans. So it's possible for you to turn a franchise into a high market franchise. Now, how we gonna say the New Orleans Pelicans is not a high market franchise when, bro, you in New Orleans, Mardi Gras, Bourbon Street? Bro, do you know if you win and ball out and y'all have a winning season, Bourbon Street it's gonna be Mardi Gras every weekend. Downtown is gonna be packed every weekend. So there's no excuse with that. I don't want to hear that BS. And whatever you want to determine what a high market franchise is or a high market city is, if you really want to be real, the only high market franchises and high market cities are either in LA, with LA Clippers and LA Lakers, New York Knicks because of Madison Square Garden, Boston Celtics because of the Boston Garden in Boston, and you can say Chicago, but that's because of the history of Michael Jordan and Derrick Rose and Scottie Pippen and them dudes. You can say Miami Heat, but that's because of Miami gonna be Miami. And if you know Miami fans only pop out when the team start winning. And Dwayne Wade and Shaquille O'Neal, and even in the 90s, what's that dude's name? Alonzo Mourning, aka Alonzo G, turned that around. So miss me with all that. Oh, it's not he don't want to play for a high. If you play for a high market city with a high market franchise that's very well known, then he'll play harder. Miss me with that. Cause you play where you're drafted at. You play where you're getting paid at. You need to get paid $200 million, bro. So everybody, y'all can fall for the hype. Y'all can believe the hype. Y'all can fall for the, this is going to be his year. If he don't ball this season, bro, you're a bust. Zion Williamson has to ball this season. You lost the weight. You got Joe Dumars as the president. You said it on tape, bro. We got you on tape. You said, I haven't felt like this since college and high school. And yeah, y'all might not make it to the playoffs this season because y'all don't really have a stacked roster. But at least if you give your effort, you'll be an all-star. 24 to 30 points per game, you can be seen as, hey, this can work. You might be seen as a leader of the team again and have hope again. And the city of New Orleans will be behind you. Because if this don't work, New Orleans got to trade you. It's not going to work. Sorry, New Orleans. Sorry, GM. Sorry, Joe Dumars. You got to trade him. You're going to be a bust. And thirdly, it's gonna be to where you just make excuses with the off the court drama. Which, hey, bruh, if you want to trick with your money, trick with your money. Even though I don't think it's smart. And check out my other video with your boy Shannon Sharp, tricking ain't easy, bro. you trick with a woman that ran her mouth too much, for one. For two, you got to get your paperwork in order. At least make her sign something. And I'm not promoting this. I'm trying to change my life around, because that's not cool. And I'm not finna get into detail because y'all need to know about all that. But that's not cool. Thirdly, save your money. Don't be tricking off your wealth. Fourthly, you got a whole baby mama at home, bro. So you got a kid to take care of. And fifth, you gotta lock in. And sixth, bro, coming up with so many points right now. Cam Newton even said it himself. Not pertaining to this situation, but this in general. Winning cures everything. So when Zion Williamson was injured, it didn't make it any better that you was tricking off your money on old Grub Mariah Mills, the porn star. But if you winning, and if it was exposed, a lot of people may throw that away. Like, they just, the worst they gonna say is, dang, you spent your money on that, or, hey man, you balling out this season, I get it, but you know, save your money. But since you was losing, and you obese, or was obese and injury prone, they like, dang bro, you losing, you got this losing mentality, and you overweight, and you tricking off your money. See, when you win, that covers everything. They don't even think twice about that. They like, okay, and so that's his business. So, bro, you gotta win. You gotta win. And, yeah, man, we just gonna see what's gonna happen. Jordan Poole, the point guard, Zion Williamson, the power forward. You shouldn't be missing no games. The only time I should see you on the bench is when you get ready for the playoffs and you don't want to use your energy. If it's not that, and if you miss the whole season, you get injured again, or you don't play hard, or off the court drama and you lose it. It's one thing if you playing hard. Zion, all I asked you was to play hard. All New Orleans asked you was to play hard. All the organization is to ask you to play hard. If you play hard this season, bro, and y'all might not make it to the playoffs, but you played the whole season, bro, you still gonna be looked at as low-key the savior. All they gonna say is put some pieces around him. That's all they gonna say. But if you become injured, or a light injury that, bro, all you gotta do is just, I don't know, put some icy hot on that and eat, and you lost weight. So that's the good thing. But you become more and more injury prone, or you losing games for agony, pain, and it's not even that deep for real. It's not a fracture, not an ACL. And I'm not an NBA player, so I'm not trying to be rude. But bro, you gotta play hard. You gotta play hard. At least play hard. Nobody's expecting you to make the NBA Finals. Nobody's expecting you to be MVP. Just play. I'm gonna repeat this again. You said it. You said you haven't felt like this since college and high school. So that means you're in the best shape of your life. All you need to do is be focused and play. But hey man, it's your boy KJ and Zion Williamson. Either you ball out this year or you're gonna be a bust. You have to ball this year or you're gonna be a bust. But it's your boy KJ, the host of the Broadcast Podcast, SL Sports Language, giving you the livest, latest news information on sports and events. And I'll put it to you like this. If you got an opinion on what I say or said, you can debate me about it. If you disagree with what I say or said, you can debate me about it. Hold on. If you don't like what I say or said, debate me about it! Speaking of debating me about it, put it in the comment section. Hold on the comment section, like, comment, subscribe, so you can get your latest news information on sports and events from your boy KJ, the host of the Broadcast Podcast, SL Sports Language, and I'm out. Deuces.